go.
Great to be here. Great to be able to be inspired by the ideas of this conference. I was going to be a member of a panel, Challenges of the Present Socio-Ecological Crisis, Bridging the Gap to the Future. Well, my name is Ronald Kellerstein from Canada. My presentation is not about the challenges, but how can we deal with the challenges. The Adlerian central core is a long word, Gemeinschaftsgefühl, which means social interest, the degree to which we're not just interested in ourselves or our family, but we're interested in the world around us. So, I'm making this very specific, Gemeinschaftsgefühl in times of societal disintegration, which is what I think is happening. My aim is to get people to think historically and sociologically about what's going on in the world today and how that is going to influence how they work in the society, how they carry on psychotherapy with clients, how they fit in with a world in which change is constant. Adler and the Adlerian movement started up just before World War I. Talk about big mess, talk about super cultural changes. Then, after serving in the army of Austria to help veterans come over their shell shock, which also Sigmund Freud did, and also Carl Jung did. Everybody was in the army. Get back out there, guys. You still got a chance to die. So it developed over the World War. Then, as Europe tried to rebuild, he did it in Austria. And Austria was a literal central place of social challenges, social development of things that haven't been seen before. Maria Montessori was in there. Sigmund Freud was living there. And there certainly was more than enough opportunity to give assistance to people, which is how I see psychotherapy. I'm here to assist people. As he lived out World War I and moved to Vienna, we ourselves can easily be seen as we're in another period of super change. The last 85 years since World War II, or less, I've seen more wars than ever before, more violent social classes, withering social cohesion, collapsing social goals, and increased questioning of what it means to be human, let alone how do I act in humans, but what is it to be human anyway? Transhumanity, which is, how can I make myself more into a robot? Super AI intelligence, which is steaming down the road ultra quickly. Transsexuality, what's a man, what's a woman, what decides that? And what's called the Great Reset, which has been talked about since about 2019. You will own nothing and be happy. That's been the core statement of the people who are supportive. Pierre Trudeau, Schwab, you will own nothing and be happy by 2030. Well, we'll see. The need to pay very close attention to what's going on around you is a central piece of Adlerianism. You aren't, I'm just me, I'm just my ego. or I'm just here to help my family, help my society. Nothing matters for me. I just want to do. What is coming out now in social interest, rather than the complicated German name, is in terms of for whom and for what. Social interest for whom and for what? Family, relationships, society, your profession. Knowing who you are, what is important to you, especially in this time of social vapors. What is important, what is not important. That's not important because you said it, you are unimportant. That's just happening all over the world. And it's led to a situation, because truly having a social interest is, this is who I am inside myself. I'm aware of inside myself what I want. I see society. I see all this stuff that's going on. But I don't agree with some of the solutions that are being proposed. I'm feeling that I'm nowhere. I don't know if I belong here or not. Applying social interest is a way of look at where you are, what's going on. What does that mean in terms of what's important to you? And the ethical judgments about life and everything that you will make. And Gemeinschaftsgefühl is not something, I did it back when I was 27. It's a process that continues and continues as time changes, as your life changes, as the world around you changes. You have to keep considering, okay, how am I happy now? What would I rather be doing? How can I fit in to a time when everybody's saying, no, yes, I have no idea, and coming to us as therapists, I'm depressed. My family is just not working the way it should. I just feel that I've got all the things I want except happiness. And this consciousness of being part of and how I'm going to affect me, I've never even read about any Gemeinschaftsgefühl done by Adler. Maybe he did, and I'm hoping that the learned people here will let me know about that. But this is the International Conference of Individual Psychology. Each person, it's my contention, will have their own version of what their social interest is. And if they stay on it, it might change, it might alter. I'm not obviously in Cologne right now. I had to make a decision. I did my own little Gemeinschaftsgefühl and decided that it was more important for me. Yes, I wanted to be here. Yes, I was really looking forward to getting all these great ideas and interchanges that I know you guys are all going to be getting. But I felt a personal need that I needed to give my all to my relationship right now. And that's why I'm not there. I'm hoping that some people will get to see this outline of how can we support what is important to ourselves. I think we perhaps need a new definition of Gemeinschaftsgefühl. and a new orientation after what's been coming through since 2019, 2020, the period of COVID when it was obey, obey, obey. Don't question anything. Government says this is the truth. Missing, of course, that they said that in February and then in March and April it changed. But that was that overlay of what can we expect? How do we fit in? Has just been getting to a point where we need to have good awareness of our morality, of what is important to us in a social sense, and that if having that as how I define my social interest upsets people, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I think I've done a conscious aspect to it, and I'm going through with it. I'd like to close because the picture that gave me the inspiration to write this was thinking about Alfred Adler, 1937, all by himself, Aberdeen, Scotland. His wife in New York and Jersey. He's beating the boards, and he's been doing it since 1929 when he decided, I don't like what I see in Europe, I'm leaving Europe. He was one of the first to say, I don't like what I see. So he's going to another meeting. On his way to the meeting, and if you've been in Aberdeen, cobblestone roads, rain pretty much every day, but different aspects. And on his way to the meeting, steep hills, he was troubled because he had found out that his daughter, Vasilina, living in Russia, a Bolshevik in Russia. His mother was a Bolshevik too, but she wasn't in Russia. Her dad was a socialist. Had been arrested in the Stalin purges and been sent to the Siberian camps. He had no way of contacting her, no way of talking to her. He was very, very upset about her. And that may have been a contributing factor in him having a heart attack. He stumbled, as far as we know, because there wasn't things like camera lights on the streets back in those days. My assumption, my creation of Alfred Adler's last few moments, is that he was in pain. Not jarring, shocking pain, but pain. He knew something was not right. And his final thoughts, what were they? My wife, just to touch you one more time. Vasilina, my daughter, if I could just look into your face and appreciate who you are one more time. And I hope that the crowd is not going to be angry with me for being late. And then his mind stopped, his brain stopped. Alfred Adler's lifetime of Gemeinschaftsgefühl was over.